Hey, so Mark Zuckerberg says he wants to end all disease by the end of the century. Or at least that's what he says in a large press conference as he pledges up to $3 billion towards this plan and other aims of education and protecting the world from climate change. That's quite a list with just $3 billion to spend, all of which right now will of course be tax deductible. So no cynicism from me, you'll know. But what can we make of this announcement? Because it sounds grand enough, it sounds a great contribution to humanity and also of course to Mark Zuckerberg's PR. But let's actually look at the facts. He says that the aim is to have all infants born today, like his child, with an average life expectancy of over 100 by ending disease. Now that sounds very laudable on the face of it. And he's going to do this with new vaccines and medical research. And he says that modern medicine is only 100 years old, so we can do much, much more with it over the next 100 years. Well done, Mark. But let's just slow down a bit here. Let's actually look at what's happened so far in the last 150 years or so, without the Zuckerberg's contribution to society. If we look at life expectancy in 1850, the statistics show us that an infant born in 1850 would have expected to live to around 40 years of age. Now, life expectancy has slowly grown over the 150 years or so, and people alive today can expect to live to be around 80. And that's whether you're a male or a female, black or white. So since 1850, life expectancy has doubled. And how has this actually happened? Well, the first thing we know is it wasn't achieved by ending disease, because we have plenty of disease. In fact, some of the old common diseases like TB and smallpox have been pretty much defeated, but we can add a massive new list. We can add cancers, scores and scores of types of cancers that weren't really in existence 200 years ago. Heart disease, respiratory disease, and many others can be added to the list that have increased over the last 150 years, not decreased. So no, disease is not the reason why life expectancy has doubled. It's been something else, something much, much more basic. It's been sanitation, drainage, sewerage, it's been clean water, and it's been a revolution in better nutrition that has allowed all of us to live longer. The average person just doesn't starve to death anymore due to famine, pestilence, or poverty. So it's not the defeat of disease that has helped us live longer. Now, life expectancy is increasing at roughly the rate of 2 years every decade. So by the time Mark Zuckerberg wants to end disease, an infant born today will already, on current trends, live to 100 anyway. Now, I assume that the Zuckerbergs know a thing or two, and if they're going to donate $3 billion, they already have done their homework, and they already know what I've just told you. After all, the biggest threat to life expectancy not continuing on its present trajectory is actually pollution. Pollution is known to cause a wide range of diseases, and most of this pollution is a post-industrial revolution phenomenon. Pollution is now the biggest threat to life, as it causes a wide range of disease that just wasn't there 100 years ago. Air pollution in cities is off the scale. Water pollution in most developing countries is a daily hazard. And then you just take foodborne pollution. Modern food production methods focus on yield and profit, not health. Hence, our food is infested with unhealthy pesticides, herbicides like glyphosate, that even the World Health Organization says causes cancer. And if you eat meat or fish, you'll discover that they're all factory farmed and in the search for greater profit and yield, pumped full of hormones, vaccines and antibiotics, none of which were intended for human consumption. Now, we won't go into GMOs because the count's still out on that. But it seems to me that Mr. and Mrs. Zuckerberg, if they sincerely want to make the world healthy for us to live beyond the current trends, then he should be looking at investing his billions in influencing governments to clean up our air, our food and our environment, because this is what will have a very direct effect on disease levels without feeding billions to Big Pharma for research into more reactive solutions instead of concentrating on prevention, because we all know prevention of disease is always better than finding a cure. No, I'm sorry, Mark, I don't follow it. I think you have about as much chance of ending disease with vaccines and medical research as you have of creating what we were once promised a long time ago, the paperless office. And I think you already know this, and you're one hell of a smart guy, so what actually is your real agenda? And guys, please, if you like this, please share it, press the like button and disseminate this message as best as you can. Thanks, see you again.